Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone is welcome to join. And we'll start with our first participant, Felicia Chan. Felicia?
Good evening, Ajahn. I don't have question for tonight. My meditation progress is good. I can enter into body completely gone situation easily. The mind is clear and also noted delusion come and go on its own. I remain mindful, do not react. I continue to practice like this. Ajahn, may I know, is there anything I should take note?
You just know, that's all. You don't react to anything you come across. Let everything be like looking at the wind, the rain. You cannot do anything. So you just watch and let it be.
Okay.
Don't get excited, don't get sad, don't get angry, don't get anything. Just be calm, be normal. Then there will be no dukkha. But as soon as you start to react with love or with hate, with fear, then you can have problem. You will have dukkha.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
guidance.
You're welcome. Yok Bay from New York. Good friend of Felicia.
Great brother, yes. That's why she's my leader, that's why.
You coming
Yeah,
to Malaysia soon?
It's not Malaysia. I connect my flight to KL. After that, go to Bangkok.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, for 1 year.
Good. Any question tonight?
Yeah, could you explain the citta? What's the meaning of citta?
The citta is the one who knows, the one who thinks. It is the mind. The citta is the mind.
Okay. How about hayada? Hayada is the correct leader.
Adaya.
Adaya, okay.
That's the heart, right? It's also another name for the citta, the mind.
Okay. And another question about my friend, right? She have the mental a little problem. So how I can help her to discuss with the mental problem?
She have to have mindfulness so that her mind can come back to normality. Just tell her to recite Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
No, if, for example, she not believe like a Buddhism, could I say something else for her? Or no?
Well, I don't know. Maybe she can repeat her name
Okay.
and just to calm the mind. The goal is to stop thinking. So if she can use any type of mantra, maybe impermanent, anatta, no self, something. Any part of the body she can use as a mantra. The skeleton, something to stop her mind from thinking. That's the goal. Can she chant or can she do some chanting? But she is not Buddhist.
Yes, it's a Buddhist in the space. It's my co-worker for a long time. That's right. And I saw her 2 days before, and she told me that she have the mental problem. That's why I try to see if I can help her.
Well, tell her to stop thinking if she can. She can recite the mantra. Stop thinking. Don't think. Don't think. Don't think. Stop thinking.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
If she can stop thinking, then she will feel better. She'll feel calm and normal and happy. So she can keep reciting the mantra, don't think, don't think, don't think. Okay? Try
Okay,
that.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, Machi Mamio from Thailand.
Good evening,ท่านอาจารย์. I have no question tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Machi Willie from Indonesia.
Good evening, Thanachan. Today I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Nanapat from Ubon Ratchathani, Thailand also.
นมัสการค่ะท่านอาจารย์ no question tonight ค่ะ
Sajalka from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Yeah, thank you, Tanajan. Thank you for your teaching. I have no questions tonight.
Eugene from Taiwan.
Good evening, Pa-Zan. I have two questions today. The first one, what should we do when we reading the Dhamma book? Should we continue reciting the mantra or just reading?
Just reading, don't recite the mantra because it will be confusing. You want read, you want to focus on the reading so you can understand what you are reading.
But when reading the Dhamma book, we'll have a lot of thinking. It's okay?
It's okay because it is wisdom thinking.
So how about reading Dhamma book and listening Dhamma talking at the same time? Is it good or not?
No, just one thing at a time. You read or you listen. You can don't unless they are both the same. If the text and the sound is the same, then it's okay.
So if I want to listen Dhamma talk and reading at the same time, maybe it's my inner desire, right?
And this stupid desire, what do you want to do? Two things at the same time. The goal is to do one thing at one time. So keep your mind concentrated. You don't want to scatter your mind.
And the second question, how can we help our Dhamma friend if his mental problem affecting his family?
If he asks for help, then you tell him to practice mindfulness. If he doesn't ask for help, then you shouldn't do anything.
Okay. We don't have other method to control or let her calm down?
Mindfulness.
Only mindfulness.
Yeah.
Because in this modern society, the mental problem become more and more.
Because they don't know how to stop thinking. They keep thinking. And they keep thinking with craving, desire. And when they cannot get what they think, then they become unhappy. Then they go crazy.
Oh, I should be careful.
Yeah. So stop thinking, then you'll stop your desire, your craving. Then you don't have to do anything. You can be happy without having to have anything. Okay.
Thank you, Pa-Zan.
Okay. Anura and Ramya, your partner, your wife from New Zealand. Not yet turned on. Your mind is not yet turned on.
He has to connect the audio first.
Somehow you didn't push the right button when you come in the room. So we cannot hear you. You cannot turn on the microphone. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Thank you, Thangajan. Good evening. Yeah, that's my wife. So she's joining from today.
This is
have
the
no-
first time, isn't it? First time several times before.
The-
I have joined one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one time before.
Yeah.
I have no question, Ajahn. Thank you. Thanks for your teaching. Do you have any question?
Yeah, we participated in a train retreat and the continue meditating. I have no question today.
Yeah.
Just listening. Thank
Try
you.
to do as much meditation as
Yes.
possible,
Yes,
Mm.
yeah.
because
Yeah.
nothing is more important than your mind. And
Yeah.
meditation will make your mind feel safe, happy, and calm.
Yeah.
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 Only do the essential things for your body if you
Yeah.
can. If you don't
Yeah.
have to do anything else, then don't spend your time on meditation, walking, sitting, listening to Dhamma talks, or
Yeah.
reading Dhamma books.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. That's
Okay.
right. That's what we do most of the time, Ajahn.
Yeah,
So we don't watch news or we don't follow other.
that's right.
policies.
It's all
Yeah.
useless.
Yep.
It's all illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Only cause confusion and irritation,
Yes. Yes.
agitation.
Mm.
Okay, good.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Good to see you both.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Geg Genso from Penang.
Yeah, better than-
Ajahn, good evening. I have no question tonight, Ajahn.
Okay, Kok Seng from Singapore.
Yeah, good evening, Ajahn. No questions. Thank you.
Okay. Philip and Adeline from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. I don't have any questions tonight. Happy to listen in.
Okay, good. Diana from Wales.
Greetings, Tanajan. I was going to ask a question about mindfulness, but you talked about it a bit already. Last week you said mindfulness is good for mental health, and you talked about it a bit today, but I wondered if you could say a bit more about it.
Mindfulness will make your mind to become calm. When the mind becomes calm, you get happiness. You get peace of mind. You forget about the whole world, everything. The world comes into your mind through your thoughts. If you don't think, then the world stays outside of your mind. And no matter what happens to the world, it cannot affect your mind. But as soon as you think and you start to bring everything into your mind, then everything will start to bother you. So we want to separate the mind from the world by using mindfulness, such as a mantra, to stop thinking. When you don't think, then you don't know what's going on in the world, right? When you start to think, then you start to think about war and in the world, famine, and all sort of problems. Then you become agitated. You become stressful from what you think. So no, you have to stop thinking. First, you have to learn to be able to stop thinking. Once you can control your thought, then you can let your mind think in the right way. The right way is to think that this is the way the world is changing. It's not under anybody's control. It's affected by various causes and effects. And it's just that the way for the mind not to be disturbed is just to understand and leave it alone. Try not to change or do anything because it's impossible. Or you can do what you can, but that's about all that you can do. If you have to do something for somebody or for yourself, do what you can do. If it's beyond your ability or your control, then you just have to stop and accept it.
I think sometimes we feel like when we're thinking about our responsibilities, it's a good thing, but it doesn't really help anybody else if we're stressed So the calmer we are, we're more helpful to other people.
Yes, sometimes instead of helping other people, we are hurting them because we try to force them to do what we want them to do. And even though it might be good, but if they don't want to do it, then you are hurting them.
I think it's really interesting you say don't do anything for anyone unless they ask it.
That's right. If they ask it, then it means they want it from you, want something from you. If they don't ask and you impose on them, then you are, you are imposing, you are interrupting, intruding into their life. And then people don't like to be intruded.
No, it's mindfulness. It's become quite a big thing in Western mental health care, but I'm not sure that we really understand it in the West.
Probably, maybe, I don't know. It depends on the teacher who teaches mindfulness. If they just understand the principle of mindfulness is to stop thinking, to take control of your thought. That's about it. Because it's your thought that's creating all sorts of stress, creating all sorts of mental health. It's your thought. And the desire that comes along with your thought, the cravings, or the desire or the wish for things to be in a certain way. And when they don't go according to what your wishes, then you become unhappy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Ralph from Chonburi, Thailand, near Wat Yan, just a few minutes away.
Namaskaran, Ajahn. Don't really have a question today so much as just to share that today was one of those days where I felt I've got a long way to go with my scattered brain all over the place. I'm happy. There's other days where when I meditate, I'm able to concentrate and I guess get a taste of what is available following the path. But today was not that day. I hope to be able to finish the day in a more positive note, listening to you.
When you do meditation, forget about the past, forget about what you had achieved. Because if you think about it, you will not get it. What you have to do is just concentrate on your mantra or on your meditation object. Then it will come back.
Yeah, I feel my mind just keeps on wandering away, and I have to drag it back, and I have to drag it back, and I have to drag it back.
Yeah,
I understand that's what one has to do.
That's right. It's like a tug of war. The mind don't want to be restrained. It wants to be free. But the freedom of the mind causing off all kinds of problems.
Correct. Yes, feeling of unhappiness is definitely one of the results.
That's right. Because you cannot control things. You cannot have things your way. So you become unhappy.
Yes. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, you're welcome. Kafalim from Malaysia.
Good day to you, Ajahn. I'm just listening. I have no question today. Thank you.
Windy from KL, Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. I don't have any question today. Thank you.
Okay, Belinda from Singapore.
Ajahn, I have no questions too. I'm listening in.
Okay, Christine Goe from Penang.
Paul, good evening. I have no question, but my brother would like me to have a Long Paul advice. He would like to ask Long Paul Suchart, is there a Katina ceremony in Yannasangwararam? If do, when is the date of Katina celebration?
This coming Saturday, October 22.
Oh wow, very fast. can we donate to support?
Yes,
we?
you can connect with Ask Kunda. She'll give you the information how to donate.
Oh, okay. Through your web or how? Sorry, Hong Kong.
One of my assistant, which is La, she will send you a message on your chat. So wait for a message on your chat.
Oh, okay.
And she'll tell you how to do it, how to donate.
Okay. I'm so happy. Thank you, Long Po.
Okay, good.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Gary, also from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. No questions, just listening in. Thank you.
Okay, Brahmalai from Thailand.
Good evening, ka. No question, ka. Just come to listen.
Okay, Sri in Czech from Vancouver, Toronto. Oh no, sorry, Canada.
Ajahn. Hello, Ajahn.
Okay, sorry about last Sunday when the thing just cut off by itself. Maybe because of the signal is weak or something. So the Q&A session just got terminated automatically.
Oh, I thought your battery ran out, Ajahn.
No,
Oh, it was pretty good. It's like 40 minutes, Ajahn.
Yeah.
Still happy, like at least we can get 40 minutes. So yeah, appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy that I have a backup system now. So in case anything happened, I can always have something to back up.
Yeah.
To come back on. Good. Anything tonight?
Ajahn, can you?
Your signals keep interrupting. They keep cutting off, so I cannot hear you.
Oh, can you hear us now?
Okay.
Yeah.
It is cut off again. Try it again.
I think, yeah, strange, but looks is good.
You keep stopping in mid-sentence, so I cannot hear what you're trying to say. Something wrong with your Wi-Fi or something? I don't know. Because everybody else seems to be working okay. Right now you are frozen.
Yeah, frozen.
So you might have to come back in again later, okay? I have to move on first to somebody else. From Realme 2 Pro, okay? Just turn off the video. So we seem to run out of participants tonight. Everybody don't seem to have any question. So we'll wait to see if Sri and Jack can come back. Our professor somehow did not come in today. Maybe he's teaching today.
Eugene, you want to talk? Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Ajahn, I want to ask a question about Buddhism. We have 5 priests. We cannot drink wine, but in Chinese tradition, Teacher's Day, we will offer the wine for all men because Chinese tradition, some medicine wine will benefit the health. But if for Buddhism, we have 5 priests, but we offer the medicine wine for our teacher or all men. It broken the vow.
Yes, because the drinking of alcohol can cause you to lose mindfulness. You might get good body health, but you get bad mental health if you drink. You can become drunk, and then you can start to act act irresponsibly. So don't drink, because when you drink, you can get drunk, and then you can start to break the other precepts.
So we don't drink ourselves, just buy the medicine wine for the old man.
Why don't you buy something? Buy something that is beneficial. Alcohol. Don't follow tradition. Some tradition is not good to follow.
Yes, tradition is very difficult to overcome.
Follow the Buddha. The Buddha is the best teacher.
I see. I will tell my friends stop to offer the medicine wine for old men.
Buy grape juice, orange juice. This is good. Good for the health, good for the body, good for the mind.
Okay, thank you, Pa Ajahn.
Okay, go back to Sri and check. You're back again. See what happened. Turn up. Okay.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's good.
Grape juice instead of wine.
Cheaper and doesn't make you drunk. Why people want to get drunk, I don't know. And pay more.
Forgot about the trying to forget about the thoughts, maybe.
Yeah, they don't know how to stop their thoughts, so they use alcohol to numb their mind. And you stop thinking about things temporarily, but after you get when you're not drunk, then you start to come back to the same old problem again.
Yeah.
So it's not the way to deal with.
It's worse. It's worse. You get sick. Your body gets sick.
And you become addicted. You become dependent on alcohol. Every time you feel bad, you have to have a drink to make you feel good.
True. Yeah.
Then you become an alcoholic. Then you have to attend a meeting like this.
Last time you said, I think the Alcoholics Anonymous. Last time you said this is like something meditation. I think you said something along the line, something anonymous. Something.
Meditation synonymous.
Meditation, yeah. So we are sick. Ajahn is the doctor.
Yeah. I'm the moderator. I let you say what you want to say, ask what you want to ask, and help to guide you on the right path to recovery. Okay, you were asking a question earlier.
Yeah, I was asking Ajahn, can you briefly explain to us the Noble Eightfold Path? Like the first path is like right view, and then how it move on to like the second and third, like.
Okay, you have to first have the view that you are the mind and you're not the body. Okay. And that the body is temporary and the mind is permanent. And the mind is now still subjected to dukkha or suffering due to the cravings of the mind. And in order to be free from suffering, you have to stop the cravings in the mind with the practice of the Noble Eightfold Path. So that's basically what the right view is about. To know who you are and what problem you have. You are the mind, not the body. So don't try to fix the body. You cannot fix the body. And fixing the body won't fix your mind. So you have to fix your mind. And your mind is now being affected or being affected by mental stress, suffering, misery, sadness, fear, and these are the result from your cravings. You're the result from your delusion. The delusion tells you that you are the body. So you have stress from looking after the body. And no matter how much you try to look after the body, you cannot stop the body from getting old, getting sick, or die. So it's the right way is to let go of your attachment to your body, because your body will one day have to be separate from you, from the mind, the one who knows, the one who thinks. And the way to do it is to practice right thought. Right thought is to keep thinking about the separation of the mind and the body. That the mind is not the body is the mind. Right now the mind is deluded to think that it is the body. So you have to keep reminding the mind that the mind is not the body. The mind is another entity called mind, and this mind has the ability to know and to think, to feel. Right now it's being subjected to stress due to the delusion to think that it is the body. So when it thinks that it is the body, then it will try to protect the body at all costs. And this is the cause is stress, because you cannot protect your body. You cannot stop your body from getting old, getting sick, or die. So the way to correct this problem is to let go of your attachment to your body. And the path or the mechanism that will help you let go is the practice of the remaining noble Eightfold Path factors, like right action, right speech, and then right livelihood, right mindfulness, and right meditation, right concentration. Because if you can get to right concentration, then your mind will have equanimity, the ability just to leave everything alone. And then with the help of your right view, that the body isn't something you can control or keep, then you will just have to accept when the body becomes old, get sick, or die. You can do whatever you can within your ability, but if it's beyond what you can do, then you just have to accept that and let the body be. And once you can let go of the body and let it be, let it get old, let it get sick, and let it die, then you will have no stress there. The reason why you cling to your body is because you need the body to bring you happiness. You have this sensual desire, sensual pleasure desire. You like to see, you like to hear, you like to feel, you like to smell, to taste, and to touch things. So you need to have a body to do this. So you want to keep the body so that you can use it for as long as possible, forever. Actually, we all want the body to last forever. Nobody wants the body to die, and to get sick, or to become incapacitated in any way, handicapped. We don't want the body to be handicapped, because then it will be problematic for you to have happiness. But you have to study the true nature of the body and see that this is the way this is how the body will become sooner or later. We have to get sick, get old, and die. So you have to stop relying on the body as a means of bringing you happiness. And you have to switch your method of having happiness by doing meditation, by practice right mindfulness and right concentration. Once you have right concentration, you have a new form of happiness, peace of mind, happiness that arises from the peace and calm of the mind. And then you can then let go of your attachment, your clinging to the body, because you don't need the body anymore to bring you happiness. You can have another way of having happiness. Having happiness through meditation. So then you can let go of everything. Then once you have let go, you have no cravings for anything, then you won't have any stress. This is how the Noble Eightfold Path works. First, to know who you are and what your problem is and how to solve it.
Yeah.
The reason why you have to have right action and right speech is because if you have wrong action and wrong speech, and it can create problem for you. If you go attack or hurt other people, then you'll be attacked. You'll be hurt back, and you don't want to get hurt. So if you don't want to get hurt, don't hurt other people.
Yeah.
Don't say something bad to other people if you don't want other people to say bad things to you. This is the same in other religion. Go to do unto others as you would like others to do unto you. It falls under the right action, right speech, and right livelihood. And then this will then clear you from any problem with people. Then you will be free to go and meditate.
Yeah.
And practice right mindfulness and right concentration.
Yeah, it's very practical, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now you have to keep remind yourself that you are not the body, you are the mind, and your happiness should not come through the body, because the happiness to get through the body is temporary. And as soon as you cannot get it, then you can become sad and depressed. The reason why people have depression is because they cannot find happiness through the body. So they want to commit suicide. They don't want to live. What's the point of living when you cannot have happiness? If your body becomes old or sick, then people want to die. People want to get rid of. Because they're depressed. That's because they didn't know beforehand that they should not rely on the body for happiness. They should rely on meditation for happiness. So this is where we are here to encourage you to do meditation and stop seeking happiness through the body. Because sooner or later your body will not be able to serve you like when it's young and healthy and strong. And when you cannot use the body to get your happiness, then you will have depression. But if you can meditate regardless of what your body is. You can meditate when the body gets old. You can meditate when the body becomes sick. You can meditate when the body is dying. So you can be happy regardless of what happens to your body. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Ajahn. Yeah. So, sorry, Ajahn, when we have this like achieved jhana and with this view, that's what one can get into the first stage of enlightenment.
Yes, you can let go of your attachment to the body.
Yeah.
Your own body first. And then you go to the second and third step is your attachment to other people's body due to your sexual desire. So you have to use contemplation of the unpleasantness of the body. contemplation on the asubha, unpleasant aspect of the body, such as when the body become a corpse. Look inside the anatomy of the body, in the parts of the body. Look at the skeleton, look at all the organs. Then when you see these parts of the body, then you can subdue your sexual desire. Then you will reach the third stage of enlightenment. Then you will no longer need a body anymore. But you still rely on your mind, your peaceful mind from your meditation. This also you have to stop relying on. After you have stopped relying on the body, then you have to start relying on meditation also. Because you can live without meditation, you can be happy without having anything. And you can also stop relying on the concept of self, because there's no self, there's no you, there's no me. There's just knowing and thinking, that's all. The mind is knowing and thinking. It keeps thinking that I am me, so you believe this. But when you meditate, when you stop thinking, then the I am me disappear. Who am I disappear? All you have left is just a knowing. So meditation is a very important tool for you to be able to see the truth about yourself, your true self. Because right now you are living with the false self created by your own delusion. Keep thinking, I am me, I think, I feel, I am happy, I am sad. When in fact there's no I am. There is just sadness, there's feeling, there's thinking, there's knowing, but there's no I who feel or think. That's the nature of the mind. You just think, you just know. But with delusion, the delusion turns it around to become I think, I feel, I know. Then you become attached to what you feel, what you think. And when you cannot get what you feel or what you think, then you become unhappy. I think you should do this when you say this to someone and they don't do it, then you become unhappy. Because they don't do what you think they should be doing. If you don't think that they should do this or that, then you will not be happy if they do anything.
Yeah.
And this thought keeps reinforcing itself until it becomes real. If you constantly think about yourself as I, as me, I think, I feel, I know, then this keeps reinforcing this delusion. So you have to stop thinking. Then you will then the truth will be revealed when your thought disappear. And all you have left is just knowing. Nobody knows. It's just knowing. And you'll discover that all your problems arising from your desire, your craving. But when you see that everything that you desire or crave for will bring you stress sooner or later, because they don't last. They are temporary. You have a relationship, and then a few years later or a few days later, you break up again. So nothing lasts forever. So when they stop, then that's when unhappiness or sadness come in, replacing your happiness. So when you can see this, then you will then stop all of your cravings for things and live without having to have anything. You can be without anything and you can be happy. You can live with emptiness, be with emptiness. emptiness is the best thing for the mind, because emptiness never change, never disappear. It's always there. When you have emptiness, you have nothing to lose, right? You cannot lose emptiness. So if you can teach your mind to live in emptiness, then all problem will be solved. Because if you can really live in emptiness, you will have peace and happiness from emptiness and no stress. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Tanjan. Thank you for the.
Okay, now let me see who else haven't yet. Okay, Ubeka. Alfredo, what happened to you? Were you here last week?
Hi, Bante.
Hi.
I am my teeth in consults.
I see. You went to see the dentist?
Yes. Get off. Five
Yeah,
teeth.
Anicca. This is Anicca.
Yes. Yes.
You have to use Ubeka to deal with Anicca. Just leave
Yes.
it alone. Let it be.
Yes. Yes. Not totally upeka, né, Bante? My forjana is not enough. But your words about things is very, 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 very upeka. Your words have many upeka. Remember me, Rei Pasenadi to Buddha. Rei Pasenadi will visit Buddha, and Buddha say to Rei Pasenadi, "Rei Pasenadi, you okay with my community?" Rei Pasenadi says, "No, but Buddha, your is perfect. Your community is perfect. Your livelihood, you're perfect. I not words for you, only perfect. Your words, Bante."
Okay, good. You have to be perfect yourself. Work at it. One day you'll be perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
What? Okay. I meditate, but Apana Samadhi is difficult, né, Bante? It's difficult to reach Apana Samadhi.
You need strong mindfulness, continuous mindfulness.
Continuous.
So you have to keep practicing mindfulness first. Be mindful all day, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
Yes.
Be mindful of your body. Watch your body, every movement of your body. Don't let your mind go away from the body. Don't let it go think about other things but your body.
Yes.
Then when you meditate, you can get into jhana very easily. Then you will have ubeka automatically when you come out.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
All right.
Okay. Now it's raining, Bante. Raining in Brazil.
In Brazil, rainy season. You have rainy season in Brazil?
Yes.
How many months raining?
Spring, né?
Oh, spring.
Hot station.
Okay.
Hot station.
You have heavy rain sometimes?
Yeah, now yes.
You have flooding sometimes?
Flooding no.
No floods.
It's better, né, Bante? Not very cold. More rain.
Okay. When it rains, it doesn't get cold, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
In forest is a little cold, né, Bante?
Yeah. Okay. Stay dry. Don't get yourself wet. Okay.
Thanks, Bante.
All right. You're welcome. Next is Evie, I think. Evie, you are next from Indonesia.
Yeah, Ajahn. Namo Buddhaya, Ajahn. Can Ajahn hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Yeah. Ajahn, I want to ask, when someone is about to die, the light hawk is the one that determines where we are born, right? Then what about when the meditator faces sudden death like an accident? How can they manage his final hawks? Because 2 days ago there was an accident that made 2 Indonesian monks die.
See, you're like a boxer. You have to keep training yourself all the time. So when the time you have to go on the boxing ring, then you will be ready to do what you're trained to do. So you keep practicing mindfulness. Then when you die, you will have mindfulness when you die to deal with your death. If you don't, then you don't have mindfulness.
So they die with mindfulness.
With or without mindfulness, or with whatever amount of mindfulness that they can develop or have developed.
Die with
The
mindfulness.
more mindfulness, the more peace and calm the mind become when the body dies. The less mindfulness, the more agitation and the more stress would the mind become when the body dies. That's why you want to practice a lot of mindfulness so that you can stay calm when the body dies. Okay.
So even a monk has faced death like this. All the virtues they made cannot make the that ways more better, that ways not like this. It's the karma effect.
Well, they have some effect, but not as strong as mindfulness and wisdom. Mindfulness and wisdom has the strongest effect on the mind. Sila and dana have some effect on the mind, but not as much as wisdom and mindfulness.
Sila and dana can make our thoughts go to the good place.
Yes,
but
it cannot stop the mind from being
human again.
restless or fearful when things happen. It's wisdom and mindfulness that will be able to keep the mind calm.
And born in the heaven, not in human world. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Ajahn.
All right.
Yeah.
Next is Kirian Dong. Haven't seen you for a while. Were you in Thailand or are you back in London?
Let me pay respect to you first. I'm back to London now, Tanajan.
How long you been in Thailand?
It was more than 8 months the first time, and then 2 months the second time, and then 3 weeks the third time.
I see. Is your son still ordained, or has he also?
No. He backed off last minute. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a big surprise already. So he could stand it for 2 months.
He stayed in the monastery for 2 months. He could stay in the monastery, but he could not take the ordination.
No. Many things happened. So he was not he was softly put into the discipline, and gently, and at the end he realized that he's not ready.
He's not ready to be disciplined.
I mean, like into the monastery's environment.
Yes. He still wants to be
totally
free.
Okay.
He wants to be free to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, whatever his kilesa wants him to do.
Okay, so how about yourself?
I have visa problem, and I also have family problem, which I cannot stay there yet. And my assignment is to be practicing at home, which is so difficult.
Yeah, you just have to make do with whatever you have, right?
Yeah.
Better than
Yes.
not doing anything at all. Meditate
Yeah,
as
I
much
think.
as possible, wherever you are.
Yeah, and I think the main purpose of it is to realize the full pain of it. I think I haven't realized the full pain of the home life. That's why.
Okay, anything tonight you want to contribute?
I have a question. Because we talked about pain in the body and pain in the mind, but is 100% pain in the mind actually, even the bodily pain? Maybe the place of pain is in the body, but what feels the pain is the mind. So is it 100% mental pain rather than 10-90?
No, you have to understand that the pain is 100% from the body, and the mind is someone who just happened to experience the pain, or know the pain really. And if the mind has equanimity, then the mind can just merely observe the pain that appears in the mind.
Yeah.
But if the mind has no equanimity, the mind has this aversion for pain, and it will create the desire to get rid of the pain or to be away from the pain. When you have this desire, then you're creating more stress in the mind. This is purely mental now. When you have desire, if you don't want to have any stress in the mind, you will have to remain calm and just merely observe or acknowledge the pain coming from the body and not having any aversion for it.
But sometimes we have the pain in the mind. Clearly, it's not bodily pain. Nothing happened in the body, but
That's right.
the mind
If you have
feels pain.
If you have any desire for something, and your mind will start to be having stress from your own desire. Like you want
When we think about pain,
you want today to be sunny, and then if it's raining, you already have or you already have some type of mental stress in your mind because of your desire. If you have
sometimes
no
we don't
desire,
have.
if you just accept the weather as it is, then there will be no stress in the mind.
Right.
Get it?
But so,
Go ahead.
but sometimes when we just think, we just have a thought of pain, and then we really feel so painful in the mind.
That's right, because you have past experience of pain. So you're recreating this pain without the actual pain from the body.
Right.
Because you still have aversion. See? If you can train your mind not to have any aversion, just let the pain, leave the pain alone, let the pain be, and you just merely acknowledging the pain, then there will be no stress. If your mind cannot stop reacting, then you have to use mindfulness, such as a mantra, to stop it from reacting. Reciting Bhutto, 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 until the mind forget about the pain and will stop reacting.
Right.
Then the mind become calm and have equanimity. Then it can exist with the pain, coexist with the pain coming from the body.
Right. Okay, thank you.
The problem is our aversion or attraction to things. When we have aversion or attraction, we will have desire or cravings, either to go after or either to get rid of something. If you run into something you don't like, you want to get rid of it. If you run into something you like, you want to get it. And when you want something, then you start creating stress in your mind already. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Okay, now, and okay, who is next? Will, where are you from? Will?
I'm from UK.
Okay. What can I do for you?
Well, I just the same state really. Talking about karma, how to recover from karma.
Yes. Karma and its consequences.
Yes, sir.
Once you have done some karma, it will eventually sooner or later produce consequences.
Yes, sir.
And there's nothing you can do about it except just accepting it. When it happens, just accept it. Then you will have no stress in your mind, no suffering in your mind. If you cannot accept it, then you can start creating stress for yourself, for your mind.
Yes, sir.
We only want good consequences, but we don't want bad consequences. But we don't only do good karma, we also do bad karma. So we got both good and bad consequences coming to us. So if you only want good consequences, then you should do only good karma and avoid doing bad karma. Just like the Buddha's teaching, he said, abstain from doing all bad karma. Do only good karma. Then you will have good consequences happening to you. But with the all bad karma, you cannot go back and erase it. Those bad karma that hasn't yet produced any consequences will eventually produce.
Yes, sir.
Then all you can do is just wait and accept it. Face it. Because once it happens, it will then disappear. It's like a storm. The storm comes and eventually it will subside and then disappear. All you need to do is hunker down by using equanimity. Just stay calm, stay not reacting to the consequence of your bad karma.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. All right. Sulan, you want to say anything, Sulan? You turn off your video. Okay, I'll go to Kun Lao first. Kun Lao, you have any questions from Facebook?
Yes, there are two questions from Facebook and YouTube, Prajan. The first question is from the Multiversal Unity. Dear Thanajan, for good minders whose mind filled with merit, when you think that mind, do or touch something, will or can those mind objects become good or merit too? Thank you.
I don't really understand the question. I don't know what does it mean. Do you know? Can you translate for me what he's asking? No? Okay, I'll go to the next question then.
So next question from Miss June. Good evening, Tan Prajan. What should we do if our spouse is too attached to their material things, either still usable or not usable, when we try to tell them they are temperamental? Thank you.
You just have to leave them alone. Let them become. If they don't listen to you, what can you do? You tell them and they don't listen to you, then you just have to leave them alone. If you don't want to get into a fight, a quarrel, and you just have to accept the way the person is. That's all. This is the way the person is. He clings to things. He doesn't like to let go of things. So just let it be. The problem is you, not him. The problem is you want to do something with him. If you don't want to do anything with him, then you won't feel bad. You won't have to ask me this question. But the problem is you want your desire for something that you cannot get. So you ask me and you think I might be able to tell you how to get it done, but you cannot get it done. Sometimes you just have to accept that this is the way it is. And you just have to let go, leave it alone. Okay? That's all the question?
Yes, that's all, Thầy Ajahn.
Okay, we have Mandy just came in. Mandy, you have anything?
Thank you. I'm wondering what part of the mind, or is it the soul, that when you're dreaming, you can start to not control your dream, but make decisions intentionally, like going to meditation in your dream? What part of that is it? Your mind? Is it your soul interacting in the dream, or?
It's what you have trained your mind to do. It becomes part of your habit. So you react accordingly to what you have been trained to do. If you train to meditate, so you will react to a situation by going to meditation. Instead of going to a bar to drink, you'll go to a meditation center or go to meditate in your room. This is from your training. When you are reacting to things in your dream, it's through your training of the mind as to how it should react to a certain situation.
Okay.
It's by training.
Okay, so it's the mind making decision in the dream?
That's right. Through being trained to react when it comes under a certain situation, it will automatically kick in and work automatically.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. How are you? Good?
I'm doing better. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else would like to ask any question? You're welcome to raise your hand. And okay, we have Anura. First of all, Anura.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, Ajahn, in your previous explanation regarding the Eightfold Path, so you mentioned Upeka. So that Upeka means in jhana, right? After
That's
the
right.
jhana.
Yeah, it comes from right concentration. Right
the
samadhi.
Okay. Yeah. And also you mentioned Appana Samadhi in one of the
Same
questions.
thing. Appana Samadhi is the fourth jhana.
It's fourth jhana.
Yeah.
Okay. And Upachara Samadhi is just a neighborhood of just before jhana, is that correct? Or?
Actually, it's after you enter the jhana, and then the mind refuses to stay in jhana. It wants to go into psychic mode. It wants to go to do things with special ability. Like it wants to go connect with other spiritual beings. Like the Buddha, when he gives Dhamma talk to a spiritual being, he has to use this Upachara Samadhi. So Upachara Samadhi allows the mind to wander in the spiritual realms.
Right.
All the good and bad realms, heaven and hell, and come into contact with various types of spiritual beings, or have some other psychic power, such as recollection of past lives, the ability to read the mind of other people, This all comes under the Upachara Samadhi. But Upachara Samadhi lacks equanimity. And if you just keep going into Upachara rather than into Appana Samadhi, you will not have equanimity when you come out of your meditation, and you will not be able to resist your defilement. When you have used wisdom and realize that it's the defilement that you have to resist, but you will not be able to stop or resist your defilement with Upachara Samadhi. So it's not recommended for people who haven't yet got rid of their defilements to get involved with Upachara Samadhi. If they have the ability to, not everybody has this ability to get into Upachara Samadhi. From what I heard from teacher, they said only maybe 5% of meditators who have this ability to enter into Upachara Samadhi.
Yeah.
They can be good tools for teaching later on, but it's not good tool for getting rid of defilement. So if you haven't yet got rid of all your defilement, then you should not be involved with Upachara Samadhi. Try to stay in Appana Samadhi to create more equanimity. So that the stronger the equanimity you have, then the easier for you to resist your defilement.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So it's just that the Lord Buddha has used Upachara Samadhi to teach his mother.
Right.
Is that correct? Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Taught his mother, and every night, the Buddha taught spiritual beings every night.
Yeah.
This is one of his duty, his daily duty. He have 3 sessions of teaching. One in the afternoon, he taught the lay people, and then in the evening he taught the monks and the bhikkhunis. And then late at night, before he retired, he contact the spiritual beings and teach the Dhamma to them. And some modern teachers also have this ability, like Ajahn. Ajahn has the ability to also connect with the other spiritual beings. And from what he told, he had spiritual beings come to listen and talk with him about the Dhamma. But it's not good for someone who hasn't yet got rid of the defilement, because this type of samadhi doesn't give you any equanimity. And your mind can be weak when you're faced with your defilement. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Tamaja. Thank you.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, Ajahn?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
So when we do not meditate, we have to be mindful as well as have to have the wisdom.
When you're not meditating, you can either develop more mindfulness or you can develop wisdom, depending on how much what you need more. If you need more mindfulness, then you don't do any wisdom yet. If you find that getting into jhana is still difficult for you, then you might want to develop more mindfulness first. Until you find it easy for you to enter into jhana anytime you want, then you can use wisdom when you come out of meditation. Because if you cannot enter into jhana and you start to develop wisdom, then this can be an obstruction for you to enter into jhana. Because when you develop wisdom, you have to think, which is the opposite of what you want to do when you enter into jhana. You want to stop thinking. So you have to know at this point where you are. Do you still need more mindfulness, or you don't need more mindfulness? You can stop your thinking all the time. Then you can then direct your thinking to develop wisdom by thinking of the 3 characteristics of existence. About your body, about the feeling, and about your mental states.
So that means, Thangaja, so if you are not meditating, so if you're intending to develop wisdom, then maybe we have to think continuously.
That's
and
right.
it's
You
not,
have to
it's, yeah,
think until you understand what anicca means, what anatta means, what dukkha means, or
so
what
that means,
asukha looks like.
that means keeping our mind busy, and it's not
Busy.
recommended, right? Is it?
Not when you still need to stop it to enter into jhana.
Yeah,
But once you can stop it, then you can start it anytime. Then you can, then you can then go into the wisdom mode. Because when you think, you might sometimes get tired of thinking. Then the mind can become agitated and restless. Then you can, if you have strong mindfulness, then you can stop it and bring it back into jhana to rest the mind. But if you don't have enough mindfulness, you might not be able to contain your restlessness and agitation.
yeah,
So you first have to develop 100% mindfulness before you go to developing wisdom.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Because these two practices, then they contradict each other. See?
Yeah, yeah,
Mindfulness for jhana, you have to stop thinking.
yeah,
But develop mindfulness, develop wisdom, you have to think, you have to analyze, you have to compare, so that you can see a clear picture of what anicca is, of what anatta is.
Without thinking, we can see the anicca quality.
You can think only what you have already thought about, but if anything more, you have to think to be able to see what you want to see. If you don't see the asukha of the body, then you have to think about asukha. But if you can see asukha of the body all the time, then you don't need to think about asukha.
Okay, thank you, Dhamma. Thank you.
Right. Okay, Mandy again. Mandy, your turn.
I was wondering if, so you're saying to develop samadhi, to develop the samatha,
yes,
and then don't go to vipassana
wisdom. Not yet.
unless you build that mind power really.
Right, you need a base for vipassana first.
Okay, yeah.
So you need equanimity, you need samadhi as a base for development of wisdom. But you might be able to use wisdom occasionally when your mind becomes stressful and you somehow cannot stop it with mindfulness, then you might use wisdom to stop it. Like if you become stressful because you worry about your pet getting sick or die, and you use wisdom to teach that getting sick and death is normal for everybody. Sooner or later it's going to happen. And when you can see this, then you can stop your stressfulness and accept that, okay, maybe this is time for the pet to die or to become sick. Then you might become calm again. You can use wisdom occasionally, but not for the purpose of, getting rid of your fetters. You need a strong and quiet mind to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Any questions from anybody? Anura again. Okay. Where is Sajal? You after Anura. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Thangajan. Just to clarify, so Upachara Samadhi happens after Appana Samadhi, is that correct?
That's
after
right.
Appana Samadhi, Upachara Samadhi.
Then if you have the ability, it will go into Upachara Samadhi. But if you don't, then you stay in Appana Samadhi.
Yeah.
And for people who doesn't have Upachara Samadhi ability, they are safer that way.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you don't have a teacher to warn you or to remind you, sometimes you will become addicted to Upachara Samadhi because it's more fun than doing Appana Samadhi. Appana Samadhi is just in emptiness, like in an empty room. But with Upachara Samadhi, it's like going to a playground and play.
Right. Okay.
Well, if you read the story of Mechi Gal, Kunme Gal, she also
Yes.
have this ability, and she keep playing with this Upachara Samadhi and not wanting to go into Appana Samadhi. And Ajahn Mahabua, who was the teacher, eventually warned her that if she keep playing with Upachara Samadhi, he would not teach her anymore. Only that, then she stopped, and then she keeps staying in Appana Samadhi until she have strong mindfulness and strong equanimity. Then she can then go on and develop wisdom. It's an addiction. It's like something like play game for kids, you know. They don't want to study. They want to play games.
Yeah, good analogy. Yeah, thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, Sajalka. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What is
Samya.
Kanika Samadhi, Ajahn?
It's the same as Appana, only different in duration. Kanika is brief. This is the first time when you enter Samadhi, you usually get Kanika Samadhi because your mindfulness doesn't have enough strength to keep it in for a long time. So just briefly, we call it Kanika Samadhi.
That's before jhana. Oh.
No, it's jhana, but you only stay there briefly, like a flash of lightning.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Sajalka now. You can.
Ajahn, that some kind of like a thought-provoking discussions went on, and I'm actually going to play the Mara's advocate because Mara can claim that this world is his creation, and only and according to Buddha, only a few people with the dust in their eyes will be able to see the Dhamma, other people wouldn't be. But going back to the point that I'm trying to make, and is that the medicine and medicine plays such a crucial role. Even from Buddha's time, he was a forest monk, right? So there is the thing about the fermented urine being used for medicine, and medicine has been included in one of the 4 requisites, right? So the monks also have a human body, right? So that body is something that they need as a tool to practice meditation. But Dhamma by itself, if Mara would say, that it's not enough to ignore the need for medicine. So my question to you would be that the medicines that they get, how is that kind of is coming through the monastery, or do the individual monks really request for the medicines? Because we have had previous discussion with people donating medicines. So is what kind of statistically, what kind of for example in the country of Thailand, a Buddhist country, and where the what kind of physical difficulties depending on their age and such, do they get, or do the monks get a if I say because the practice, they get a privileged health situation, not that they care, as you were saying repeatedly again and again, the body is the secondary thing, and that's a tool. But since medicine is a requisite really, and it is one of the 4, so in that case, is the medicine registered by the head of the monastery, or is it individual? This thing, how does that play out? And if I am reading correctly, I think it's probably the monks are probably being taught in the Vinaya that medicine is something that you take, but with an idea that with the Upekha and all the things that you talk about, that is only for a stopgap measure or something, and the body is going to go anyway. And I don't know if it is any different. I'm just kind of asking you for further comments because we have a little bit of time.
We have medicine for sickness that can be cured. Like if you have a cold or something, we have cold medicine. If you have diarrhea, we have medicine to cure the diarrhea. But if we have some kind of disease that we know that it's impossible to cure, then it's the monk's decision whether he wants to continue on being continuing treatment or not. we have hospitals that will look after monks if monks have to go to hospitals. So medicine is well provided for monks, and people regularly will buy medicine, just the on-the-counter medicine, like cold medicine or something to fix your wound or something like that. So we have plenty of medicine. We don't need to rely on the urine type of medicine anymore. But in some forest tradition, some forest teacher, some forest monk, they still do this. They like to use the urine and the fruits. Not the urine alone. They put urine in some type of fruits, and this will then create the juice for medicinal juice. In which, if you have a headache or you have a stomach ache, you just drink this juice, and it can help cure your headache or your stomach ache. So it's entirely different. Depend on each different monks to decide what type of medicine, what type of treatment he wants to take. Some monks prefer just using the Dhamma medicine. Just use the mindfulness and wisdom to contain the mental sickness, the mental stress that arising from the sickness of the body. Once the mind has no stress, the mind remains peaceful and calm and can live with the sickness of the body. And let the body heal itself or die if it cannot heal itself.
One kind of history is that we know that Ajahn Chah actually went into coma because of diabetes. And reject medicines because diabetes is fairly well treated, these things in the world. So I just wanted some more comments, if you know.
I don't know anything about him, so I'm sorry, I cannot comment anything. Okay. All right. Anybody else?
Thank you, Dharachan.
If you want to ask or contribute something, you're welcome to raise your hand. Okay, Kunla, or first Kunla from Facebook first.
Yes, one question from Facebook, Ajahn. Question from Sin. During a sitting meditation session, I observe anxiety in my body, and after a while, I observe worry arose at the same time. So my question is, if my observation correct that there were two feelings exist at the same time in the body, or could it just because the mindfulness is not strong enough to identify the real natures of the body? Thank you.
When you meditate, you don't want to observe anything except your breath or your mantra. You want to concentrate your mind, to calm your mind. It's not the time for you to investigate the mind or the feeling. You don't have yet enough strength to do it. So when you meditate, just focus on your meditation object. If you use a mantra, just keep reciting the mantra. If you use your breath, just keep focusing on your breath. To stop your mind from thinking, to making your mind calm and peaceful and happy. So that's all. Okay, who raised their hand just now?
Sulan, you want to talk?
Okay, go ahead, Sulan.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Ajahn. Sorry, I'm again. Because, Ajahn, are you okay?
Why? If I'm not okay, I won't be here, right?
Yes.
Is that all you want to know? All this time you don't know if I'm okay or not. Okay. Who raised their hand earlier? Sri?
Hello.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally mute myself just now.
Okay. Can I hear you again? You just turn off the microphone. Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry. I think I accidentally mute myself just now. Yeah, good to hear that, Ajahn. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Actually, right now I'm actually in Malaysia traveling now for holiday. Yeah. So like was dialing in just now, but I kept dropping off like so like on and off. Yeah.
Okay, I hope you enjoy your holiday.
I think I was enjoying the holiday. Then
But it's only brief enjoyment. After you return to work, all this thing will pass away.
yeah,
Go back to the same old thing again.
yeah, it is. Yeah. I was listening to what you said to see and check about the part on like enjoying the sights and like indulging in the sensual pleasures. Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm doing right now on the holiday, like finding famous food, going to tourist attractions, which are temporary. Yeah, so it's a good reminder, like when I dial in and listen to you. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, have fun, enjoy yourself. Even if it's just temporarily.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, Ajahn.
Okay, Sweet, did you raise your hand just now? Go ahead.
Yeah. Then Ajahn, I just have a question regarding to the karma. Like, is the karma consequences only can be felt in our mind?
Mainly, principally in your mind first, but secondary is when it happens to your body. When you run into your old adversary, someone you killed in your past life, and when when he sees you, he will remember, and he wants to kill you in return.
Oh, okay.
But the bad karma already happens in your mind. You feel bad, you feel unhappy, you feel worried, you feel fearful of the consequence. This happens in your mind. But what happens to your body outside your mind, it might take time, it might take next lifetime or 2 more lifetimes for it to eventually catch up with you. That's why sometimes we have bad things happen to us without knowing why. Right? That's because maybe it's something you did in your past life and it's catching up with you now.
Oh, okay. So what happens secondary is the body. Okay.
Right? Whatever happened to your body.
Oh.
And it will not happen to your body if you don't born again.
Yeah.
If you keep reborn, then your past karma that hasn't yet take effect will eventually catch up with you.
Yeah, okay. The reason I'm asking is because like since I was young, I always heard people, when he got this into accidents, then people will think, this is his bad karma, or when he got this like disease, or like then they'll say, this is bad karma. So
but actually it's not always karma. It can be other causes as well.
Yeah.
But karma is one of the causes, but not only one. There are other causes that affect your livelihood. Like famine or drought, or war, something like that. It's not your consequences of what you did, but it just happened to be happening in the world that you live in, that we live in. We call this the law of anicca, the law of change, the law of uncertainty that affect our well-being. Plus the law of karma that also affect our well-being. Sometimes we cannot separate. Sometimes we cannot find out which one. So we just lump it all into one. Say, it's your past karma for easy analysis.
Wow.
But it could be the weather. It could be the whatever, things
Yeah.
happening in this world. There are so many things actually taking place, and they are producing good and bad results. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Okay. Anybody else? Suchart just came in, huh? Suchart.
Okay, Jan. Yes, just to come in and say hi. I missed last week, 2 weeks or so, and yeah, I just come in to tell that it's up and down, like up and down for process on meditate, and it thing going on so too much right now. I think I can handle too much anymore, or some, I don't know. My thing, my thought, all kind of so
It goes up and down because you don't practice continuously. If you keep practicing continuously, it will keep going up and not coming down. But as soon as you stop, then it starts to come down. And when you start to practice, then it goes back up again. So it depends on your practice.
okay. That's I have to continually for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right.
Okay.
Yes. All right. I will try them again. I mean, keep doing it. So, thank you, Ajahn.
You're welcome. Anybody would like to ask any more questions? Alvin. Okay, Alvin.
Ajahn, going back to the Noble Eightfold Path, when we look at it, right concentration is the last one, right? Noble Eightfold Path. So when we compare to Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, where is the Panya in the?
Panya is the first to know the right view and right thoughts.
Okay, so it for Noble Eightfold Path, it starts from the beginning, right? But when we look at Sila, Samadhi, Panya, it's Sila, Samadhi first. Then
actually, there's no beginning, no end. It's just a circle.
I see.
It depends on where you start. If you start at Sila, then Panya will be there. And if you start at Panya, then Samadhi will be the end. But it's all interconnected to each other.
Okay.
But actually, it starts with right view. You first have to have the right view. Every one of you who comes in because you have the right view. You study the teaching of the Buddha, and the Buddha said we have problem to fix. So we have right view. Then we have right thought and say, well, okay, what we need to do to fix our problem. And the Buddha said you have to have right action, you have to have right speech, you have to have right livelihood, right concentration, right exertion, right concentration, and right mindfulness in order to solve your problem.
So the right view that we have now is actually a little right view, right? It's not the anicca, anatta, and dukkha.
No, it's the starting point, starting wisdom. First to know your problem, then later you have to need more. You have to add more wisdom. Right now, you first have to know what you have to do. You have suffering. If you want to get rid of suffering, you have to follow the right action. You have to have right action, right speech, right livelihood. Until when you have equanimity, right concentration, then you will then want to know more about the three characteristics of existence and the Four Noble Truths.
Got it, Ajahn. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
So right now, where are you in this circle? Are you in the right speech or the right concentration, or where are you?
Right concentration is On and off, but
On and off.
very difficult for me to get right concentration.
Okay.
Yeah, very difficult. So I think every time my mind tends to wander around, and when I have a good session of meditation, I think that I have a good session of meditation, I need to stop because I need to do something else. So it's quite tough.
Yeah, okay. So, right view has many levels. I guess you could use that word. You can have the elementary level, then you go to secondary level, and then you eventually go to the highest level.
Mine is maybe the kindergarten level, elementary level. Still a long way to go.
Yeah, elementary level, and meaning that you know what you need to do, what you need to develop. You need to develop right action or sila. You need to develop samadhi, and then you need to develop panya or wisdom.
So it goes back in a circle. After samadhi, it goes back to right understanding and right thought again, which is a higher level.
Yeah, you move up to a higher level of the right thought and right view. You go through the factors. You have the right view of the body, the five khandha as being anicca, dukkha, anatta. And you have the right view of the body as being asubha.
Okay, I'm still stuck at, I think, most of the theoretical level rather than practical.
Yeah. You first have to have the elementary right view. That this is what you need to do. This is what you have to do. If you want to stop all your dukkha, your suffering, your mental suffering, if you want to stop your mind from keep reborning again and again, this is your elementary right view. And if you know that you have to stop and you think, what should I do? And you have to follow the Noble Eightfold Path. You have to practice dana, sila, samadhi, and wisdom. When you move up to the next level of wisdom.
Yeah, like what you say, dana, also we have to be very careful. You can let go the monetary, let go the money, but you have to be careful of the greed for fame, right? That you announce that you have just done a dana. I mean,
yes, money, fame, and fortune, praises, and happiness from sensual pleasure. These are things that you have to let go if you want to have right concentration. You might have to let go of the external thing before it can go inside.
yes.
That's why you have to keep the 8 precepts and stop having sensual pleasures, so that you can then have the time to meditate and get into the pleasure of peace and calm of the mind. You have to change your way of having happiness from using the sensual objects to using jhana instead.
Ajahn, I was just listening to this, the audio that you posted on Magic. You were saying that one of the teacher actually disrobed, even though he has achieved very high level of jhana, because he didn't practice asoba meditation.
That's right. When he doesn't practice asubha, when he has sexual desire, he doesn't know how to get rid of it. And his only way to get rid of it is to disrobe and go after the object of his desire.
So it is a must as well, right, to practice asoba, even if you have reached Beka.
Yes, especially if you're keeping the 8 precepts or higher, you have to abstain from sexual activities. So in order to contain your sexual desire, you have to constantly contemplating on a sukha.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else?
Okay, we have Christine Kohe.
Christine Kohe.
Yeah, Long Po, sorry, I have come across a few questions. First of all, because last few days I saw a group posting collecting money for support Ubon Ratchathani. The massive flood, is that there better already?
Again, can you come repeat the question again?
Yeah, because I saw news, there's a massive flood in Thailand.
A massive flooding in Thailand. Okay.
Yeah. Is that better already?
It's getting better now. The rain stopped now, so the water start to resist, start to lower. But it takes a while, maybe for 1 month before things can come back to normal. Because there are lots of water this year, and it takes time for this water to flow down into the ocean.
Yeah. And I did share some conversation with my friend. Then some of my friends, they only have this thought saying that they want to do donation for Katina. They feel it's very high blessing merits. So is it same with the 4 requisite if we daily support Sangha for the 4 requisite like food, everything?
Yes, it's the same. The merit depends on the amount that you give. The more you give, the more merit you make. It's not the type of giving. It's the amount that you give. You can give. If you give more, then you get more merit. It doesn't have to be katina to get more merit. If you say give the same amount, you get the same merit, whether you give it to katina or you give it to the other way. It's not. When the Buddha said katina is very beneficial, he meant that at that time monks have problem with having material to make robes with. So katina is the robe presentation of materials for making robe for the monk. Because before, monks have to go and look for materials in the cemeteries. During ancient time, when people die, they don't burn or they don't bury. They just wrap the body with cloth and then let it rot in the cemetery. So when monks need material to make robe with, they go to the cemetery and collect this cloth that used to wrap around corpses. But as there are more monks, when Buddhism will become more popular, then there are more people want to become monks. So they run out of materials to make robe with. So the Buddha has to tell lay people that you should give monk the material to make robe with because it's very beneficial for the monks, not for the giver. The giver get the same merits as giving food or giving other things.
So it's the same when we give the same merits as Long Po said.
Yes, if you give the same amount, whether you give it a katina or not katina, you get the same merit. If you give the same amount.
And one more question, Long Po. Because we do chant saying that ask for forgiveness if any wrong thought, speech, or action. So is that because actually I feel like the thought won't hurt people except those really can merit like Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So is that a good practice? Like every day we chant for this chanting?
It just teach you that to learn to accept responsibility. When you did something wrong, you should accept what you did wrong. Yeah. That's all. So if you did something wrong to somebody, you should go say sorry. Yeah. Please forgive me for my bad action.
Yeah, but sometimes the mind, the thought that they will come by itself, although we don't want, but sometimes we can't control. Maybe the mindfulness is not strong enough. So
as long as you don't say or do anything, it's not considered to be doing bad karma yet. It's only in your thought. It's just the beginning of the problem, of the possibility of doing bad karma, because you have to think first before you can say or do things. So it's only in your thought, and you don't need to make apologies. Then you just have to teach your mind that you shouldn't be thinking like this. And every time bad thought comes up, you should use mindfulness to stop it. But if you go say something or do something wrong to other people, then if you realize that you did something wrong, then you should go ask forgiveness from that person.
okay, understand, Long Po. Thank you.
Okay. Kok Seng from Singapore.
Yeah, Prajan, yeah, just continue what Alvin was asking about the Eightfold Path. So my question is, do we need to leave the householder life to become monastics to really lead the Eightfold Path?
Well, if you couldn't become enlightened as a householder, then you know that you have to become a monk to become enlightened. But if you can become enlightened as a householder, then you don't need to become a monk. The goal is to become enlightened. Doesn't matter how. If you can become enlightened as a householder, then you don't need to become a monk.
But if we are householder, we have wife, we have children.
Okay, so that becomes an impediment to your enlightenment. So you need to get rid of this impediment and go live as a monk. You will know for yourself whether you need to become a monk or not. So don't worry. You'll know for yourself. No one will come and ask you to become a monk. People become a monk not because they are asked to become a monk. They become a monk because they feel the need to become a monk. I didn't want to become a monk at first when I started doing meditation. But eventually I realized if I want to progress more, I need to become a monk. Because then I don't have to worry about working and feeding myself. If I don't become a monk, I still have to work. Because I have bills to pay, right? But if I work, then I won't have the time to meditate as much as I like. So then I realized that I have to become a monk. So everybody becomes a monk not because they are forced to become a monk by anybody, but by their what you call common sense. They know this is what they need to do, have to do if they want to become enlightened. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, Prajan, so like to ask, actually the spouse that we marry in this life, is it because of some past karmic link with our spouse?
Maybe not. Depends. It can be and it doesn't have to be. The Buddha said that his wife has been his past partner before. So if you cannot recollect past life, then you shouldn't worry about it. Just be happy with what you have. Okay, it doesn't matter how they come about. But when you have her, then just be happy with her. That's all you need to know that you have to do. Don't have to worry whether you and her had any relationship before you had not. It doesn't matter. just have a happy relationship now. That's more important. Okay.
Then Project, you mentioned about being able to enlighten within 7 days, 7 weeks, or 7 months, or 7 years. Actually, where is the sutra that the Buddha mentioned this?
The four foundation of mindfulness, Satipatthana Sutta, at the end.
Okay.
Go search for the four foundation of mindfulness in English, and go read at the end of the sutta.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Project.
Okay. Well, looks like we about run out of time for today, so I think it's appropriate for us to come to an end of this meeting. Thank you for your participation, and I hope you have learned and have benefit from this conversation and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all again at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
สาธุค่ะ
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you.
Thank you, Edwin. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.